Hello everyone, welcome to this playthrough of Sacred Fire's Early Access. This is my first time touching the game. I have no idea what we're going to be getting into. I just know that it's text-based. And I've heard that the developer is very active. The first two acts are currently completed, and the third act comes when the game officially launches. So let's start. Easy, normal. What's the difference? Easy. Regional chapters and fully restores HP and MP. Emotional extremes do not drain control, and MP. A weighted dice protects against streaks of bad luck. Normal. All success is normal. HP and MP is restored only in story rest scenes. Emotional extreme drains control, and MP. The dice rolls are open. A streak of bad luck gain control, and hard. Same with the restoration. Success chance went down by 0.2. Emotional extreme drain controls and MP. Dice rolls are open to streaks of bad luck, and control drain minus 50%. Whereas normal is normal. We may do this when it launches. Depends on how I like it. Your time, step back. Your time is valuable and misclicks happen. Now, I want to just see what I have no idea what the story is. So we're just gonna see how this goes. Iron Man. Oh, not at all. That's for different players. Create a new game. In Sacred Fire, the character creation process continues throughout the entire game. Tactical choice making every step of the way is more important than an optimized build. Explore scenes and discover choices that tilt the odds in your favor. Use motivational points MP to boost your odds on important chances of success in dice rolls that matter to you. Failure in dice rolls is often non-critical, and recovery from it is part of the experience. Choose your ethnicity, gender, and preset, and click the down button to continue. Male. As a boy, grew up sparring with your brother. Strength is more strength. His protectiveness inspired you to live up to his example plus ideas, though that's why the injustice of the world angers you more and more rage. As a girl, you grew up hunting with your brother. Agility. He protected you, and you remained a sensitive soul. Empathy. That's why the cruelty of the world is more burdensome. Drama. Huh. That's interesting. Name. This is going to be a playthrough. Come on. Oh wait, that's the... Oh. As a warrior, relying on vitality and physical skills. Vitality, hit points express how you are and how much damage you can endure. Physical skills, move your body with precision, force, and speed. Hunter. Willpower. Pressure capacity, but motivation, resistance. Your passive ability to block out negative impulses that compromise your ability to speak, think, and act. Elder. Memorability, not easy it is to people to remember, identify, and talk about you based on your uniqueness. Leader skills. Influence emotions of others. Performance and actions are driven by their emotions. I want a custom. Roma. Actually. Let's see. Something that so many different. Can I even think of a name with a W? At will do Y. Izil. Yeah. Yeah. Z. I don't like it. This is normally why I think about cutting character creation because it takes me forever to think of the name and everything else. Zara. Name your character and spend all 10 character points to enable the bottom arrows continue button below. Click plus minus next to the attributes to play or pay 5 points per special traits and increase the bonuses that match your play style. Many choices change mind and block attributes while playing the game, while body attributes change only rarely. Okay. Ooh. Alright, they said sheltered. What was it? Hunting, sensitive. Okay. I may do a. I want this one to be completely different from the full game, so let's see. Hunting, sensitive, and drama. So, perception. What's endurance? Wait. Moves help you in precision for not really not strength. No. Perception for hunting. Empathy. Feel helps. Sure. Ideals. The strength of your beliefs in people's goodness angers. It did say sensitive. So we're gonna say she's naive to an extent. Even as it being a detriment. Favor. The strength of your belief in a divinity watching over you. Sure. Trauma, memories of failures and injuries that haunt you and weaken your resolve. Conflicts with others make you wear around people. Oh, they did say that. You are prone to being hard. No, it doesn't really take that. Take one off. You're prone. Memories of failing your own standards of people you care about. Drive you to be hard on yourself. Addictions. Memories are of intense experiences distract from physical and emotional pain. I really want to change this. Uh, Perception. I want more of. Empathy is already at 8. Intellect. Recall, analyze, and articulate facts. Ideas. I did say naive. One more. Do I want to put something a 9 or do I? Fear and pain. No. Intellect or intellect, empathy, or favor. Favor. Alright, so fear, your ability to speak up, take charge, and act. Oh wow, 7%. Take charge and act, and self-confidence and courage in battle. Freezing up or running away can endure the group, so showing fear carries stigma and shame. Anger. Your ability to keep your cool. Wait. Fear resistance is 7%. What does it resist? Anger. Your ability to keep your cool and think rationally. Your patience and discipline in battle. With no law enforcement, every ally matters, and nothing burns bridges faster than misplaced anger. Pain. Resistance 6. Your ability to resist physical pain and fatigue. Your ability to focus and pull through. As with any wounded animal, when in pain, you're more likely to lash out. And block resistance. Your mental pain resistance bonus, preventing creation of negative experiences in relationships. Lead, intimidate, understand others is 7%. Provoke 11. Detect the person's weakness and exploit it. Encourage 23. Inspire strength, hope, and courage. Soothe 23. Make others feel safe. Your appearance. So this is a lot. Speed 12. Force. Your speed is reflexes. Force is ability to jump, climb, lift, blows 10. Precision 14. Precision of your actions, whether when crafting, shooting arrows, or swinging a blade. Combat 1 to 3. On your force and weapon. Armor helps you avoid. So speed is 14, force is 13, precision is 15. What is this? Appearance beauty. 2. The attractiveness of your looks, body, and outfit, plus the allure of your presence. Mind block. People respond better to your courage. 10 HP, 11 MP, which is motivational points. Renown multiplier. Appearance minutes. Oh, I really wish we could have changed the face.
Rome would have you believe they are the light of the world. But all they brought us was slaughter and chains. The mountains have taught us patience. We observe, we understand. And like the mountains, we stand. We needn't defeat Rome on the field of battle. Her legions are not their weakness. The best weapon we wield against them is their own arrogance and greed. All we need to do is make them pay for every step they take, and give them nothing in return. But beware, for there is a fight you cannot see, a struggle you cannot retreat from, a force so deadly it can burn down everything you've ever built. The power of your own choices.
If I knew it was Rome, I probably honestly wouldn't have made her black. Nah, I probably would have. Clicking the arrow at the bottom advances the story. Click this at the top right to adjust the game settings. Your progress is automatically saved at checkpoints. To reload a checkpoint, click the wheel and save and quick into the title screen. And save and quick in the title screen, pick continue and checkpoints. The replay arrow at the bottom right lets you reread text. Oh. Click the person at the bottom left to access stats. Click and mouse over the progress bar at the top to track your progress. Click the top tabs to develop your character. Click your character name to return the stats view. To exit this screen, click the X at the top right. Damages, armor. Where did I see the both? I know I saw renown. Okay, people. Renown. Mindset. Outfits. Body, mind, blocks. Lead, act. I could have sworn I saw something that said intellect, but I have no idea where I saw it at. Oh, what's that? Let's go. Scenes carry emotional impulses. Instead of an automatic penalty, an impulse can be resisted. The game automatically rolls dice to see how much of an impulse you resisted. If you fully resist an impulse, you can change the control percentage at the bottom. Oh, that. Charging control to 100% restores one motivational point MP. Dropping below 0 will drain 1 MP. You'll learn how to use MP to control your emotions as soon as you run into a choice. Mousing over the +1 or whatever that is. Labels in the fear and anger bars display resistances. Dice roll details. Your pulse quickens. The mark betrays that the door is closed. There is one. In the sky overhead, your eagle talon lets out a warning shriek. You quickly look around and freeze. Oh wow, that jumped quick. Scenes carry fear impulses, raising your fear intensity. Fear drives you towards safe choices but ruins focus. Far ahead, a dark smoke rises from the Roman wall. Who did this? It took decades of war to hold the Romans back. And now it's certain they'll retaliate. Oh, I've been ignoring this. Zara's anger increases. The story step carries a plus their anger impulse. You roll a 45 and a 63 resistance check and resist one of the three impulses. Oh, that's anger. Fear. You roll a 37 and 56 resistance check against fear and resist two of the three impulses. Pain levels base. Patrols could be scouring the woods already. So she is becoming terrified. Click here to set fear and anger. Control, click here to set fear and anger to 0 for 1 MP. How many MPs do I have? Or 11. Represents your sense of control. Oh, she has to take a deep breath. Took 1 MP. Oh. For your people desperately need more food for this winter. It's up to you to decide what you'll do. A choice with the arrow wheel does not advance the story, but circles back and lets you select another choice. Okay. The choice with a percentage means the game roll a dice to see if you can succeed or fail to act the choice out. All dice roll results range from 0 to 100. A dice roll lower than the choice percentage means success, so I have to say under. Fear drives you towards safe choices, while anger drives you towards swift action. Click the... I did that already. Just now, to use 1 MP and set fear and anger to... Does that make me do it again? Click it again to move and undo the... Click it again to undo and move to restore your motivational point. Good. Another reason to reset your emotions is that leaving them at full intensity drains control. So if I run out and I can't do it, then I could just go berserk. Choices displayed as text represent 3 checks. You can make the roll 3 times. Choices displayed as text represent soft checks. You can roll the dice 3 times. Failing a soft check represents the tension of indecision, triggering a plus fear or plus anger impulse. Click directly on a soft check percentage to avoid the tension and boost it to 100 for 1 MP. I don't want to abandon the hunt. Click it again to undo and move. Okay, so clicking it will undo it. If you fail a soft check 3 times, 1 MP is spent on the effort to commit a choice. Grade resolve. 3 times, 1 MP. Okay, so I get 3 checks. If you run out of motivation, arrow circle arrow wheel will replace the control icon. Click to recharge MP for a penalty. Ooh. Okay, first I wanna check the surroundings. You look cautiously around and listen to the stillness of the forest, but discover nothing amiss. What do you do? Examine its mark. Wait, what did I just do? Okay, that was a success. Plus, the deer isn't big, but the marks are deep. It must carry heavy antlers. The poor thing will tire quickly. Success plus one, a 13 roll, and 100% chance. Also, I had 100. Okay. What do you do? Follow the deer. Trudging deep into the forest, your eyes carefully monitor the shadows before following the tracks. How do you proceed? Try to sneak up on it. How do you go about it? Remember your training. Success. I rolled a 36. You wet your finger and learn that the wind is carrying your scent towards the wall. You carefully circle the deer far so that it can neither hear nor smell your presence. You spot the deer grazing at 50 strides. It's too far off for a killing shot. You marvel at the deer's beauty. You're almost hesitant to kill it. What do you do? A risk, chain, or times will label next to a choice meaning leads to a sequence of move called a risk chain. Each move in this sequence represents a hard check with 1% dice roll. The more rolls you succeed at, the better the outcome of the whole sequence. Once you enter a risk chain, and sword stone icon with a bonus or penalty will appear at the top of the screen. This represents how your previous roll made this sequence of moves easier or harder. Sneak closer. Success. And keep moving. Where's the... Every step closer makes the shot easier, but it also risks startling the deer. Choices displayed as icons represent hard checks. You just have one try to roll the dice. Okay. A fallen trunk is in your way. 1 of 3. Clicking directly on a hard check will increase the probability of success by 20 for 1 MP. Oh, Click on the choice percent and watch the chances improve as you use motivational to focus. If you change your mind and want your motivation back, click the choice until it resets. Back to not. Failing a hard check incurs scene-specific penalties like loss of HP, wealth, and renown. An eagle shriek and I don't even know what that is. Failed dice roll means death. Warning informs you when failure will be fatal. Story choices markman and wing icon represents daring moves that can earn extra renown. Walk around it, climb over it. Your stealth leads on the silence in its tracks. Oh, this is the wheel. You reach a patch of woodland with a lot of dry twigs on the ground. Walk around it. Knowing the consequences, you steadily walk around and not make a sound. 26 out of 100. Remember your training for the final step. Seven road and 9 hours. You calm yourself and move along to the noise in the forest. Your training pays off as you're in the ideal position to shoot. As you draw back your bow, you realize the forest has fallen silent. What do you do? Why is it silent? Hide. You quickly slip into the covers of the trees. This could be a Roman patrol. You hear the deer sprinting off. A pang of incompetence hit you. In stillness, you recognize the four signs of battle and dread. You discern a few Roman words and a chill runs down your spine. They've got someone covered. What do you do? Man, the strength of your belief in people's goodness helps you get up. She is very goody two shoes, I guess. Go and try to help. Oh, I can't. If I really like this game, I'm 100% want to do this completely differently. Go and try to help. You worry but not knowing how many Romans you may fit. Oh wow. Oh, I rolled too high. What do you do? Wasn't it I don't know why I thought you can. Oh, that's what it was. I'm going to try to help. Okay. I'm running out of MP. Oh, that didn't do much of nothing. Caution. Someone's in need. Time is of the essence. As you draw closer, you come up with a change. You pick up a change in the Roman voice issuing the orders. They turn from confident to angry. Cries of pain fill the forest. Someone is killing off the Romans. You can already make out the clearing where the fight is happening. What do you do? Observe. A single warrior stands against the foe. No less than 4 Romans already lie dead or bloodied on the ground. There is something strangely familiar about the warrior's stance. An arrow tip flickers in the shadows. A Roman is aiming at the warrior's flank. What do you do? What is this renown? Nah, I'ma shoot. You don't hesitate, drawing back your bow. Killing people shapes your character and can trigger vengeance or Roman reinforcements. Killing an enemy in self-defense in battle does not generate guilt or grants renown. Killing an opponent in cold blood generates guilt or trauma, especially if the opponent is not Roman. Killing Romans also raises the possibility they'll call reinforcements. You can click the body and access the People tab to see the current state of reinforcement progress. Your influence in your faction is based on experience, wealth, renown, and relationships. Click on the characters' faces to see their stats. Click on the enemies and followers labels to see insights about side characters. The fire percentage is the progress of Roman reinforcements. The flag percentage compares your armies. Okay, with the black change, your older brother. What is going on with the... What in the world? Dice roll use the friendship and hostility percentage to determine how you both are likely to act. Mouse over them to reveal tooltips about the blocks and goodwill driving them. All your relationship blocks increase your base attributes. Oh, he's level. Come on with the level 26. Oh wow. So he's very renowned. So this is my brother. Moral is a loner. Oh, we are not friends. Oh, sorry. Village Egren. What is going on with the hostility? And Raven. As you go through the story, your deeds associate attributes like strong and swift with your name. Allocating renown points represents emphasizing an attribute when you tell of your deeds. I don't have none anyway. Mindset. Story choices that make you reflect on your feelings can unlock hidden ideas. Unlocking ideas is good. It exposes penalties that were there from the beginning of the game. Allocating experience represents using positive memories to counter those imprinted beliefs. Click on an item category and use the items at the bottom to upgrade it. Allocating wealth points into upgrades does not reduce your wealth. For dice rolls, the stats from your best items are used regardless of what you have equipped. Okay. This is locked. Oh, I wish we could change that. Alright. Kill or injure. I have no idea who that is. I'm not using another MP right now. So. Kill. Gonna have to. And injure. Your arrow hits true, winging the archer and knocking him off his feet. The other Romans hesitate and look around as the fallen archer screams in pain. The warrior uses the distraction to step behind the guard of the nearest Roman, stabbing him up into their armpit, felling them. The warrior hood slips off and you freeze in shock as you recognize her face. I'm on in chapter 1. I am... It's Anne, your long lost childhood friend. The whirlwind of emotions rises in your mind. Long lost. She doesn't look your way, focused on the officer who launches a spear at you. Block. You skillfully block the spear and move towards your attacker. Launching the spear left the officer's flank open. Its aim closes the distance and buries her blade into his neck. Oh, she is killing left and right. The last officer reaches for his horn to call for reinforcements. Oh no. Can't do the reinforcements. The arrow pierces through his neck and the horn falls from his lips. He collapses with a gruesome gurgling sound. I'm pretty sure that's gonna cost me some guilt. You turn towards the Tane, only to see her begin to throw a dagger your way. What in the world? It's the Tane's friendship versus Zara check. Zara, no anger, not 9% anger. So the friendship, I have no idea what this even means, but her hands freezes as your eyes meet. Oh, that was kind of close. So the base chance, but the friendship and guilt help. I don't know.
Run.
She whispers in a familiar voice, but with a gravity you don't recognize. She rolled a 65. In a heartbeat, she turns and disappears into the forest. The light and nausea overcomes you. She just said run. I'm not even... Yeah, I'd rather mutter it. You can't believe she left. You spent years wondering what happened to her. What do you do? I'm not staying. Is this gonna... Is this gonna help me with control? Need to start. I want to run after her, but I want to sort through my feelings first. We just killed Romans. I'm gonna go after her. As much as you try, you can't find any trace of her. It's as if she's a shade, not being of more than flesh and blood. But for the briefest of moments, you doubt whether she was truly real. What do you do? Let her go and return home. You race against the falling sun, eager to reach home before nightfall. You're returning to your village empty-handed, hungry, and worried about Etienne and the Romans. As you set a sustainable pace, ideas swirl in your head and compete for your attention. New checkpoints. What do you focus on? Think about Etienne. On the last day you saw her, Etienne's mother offered her up for training so she wouldn't have to face another hungry winter. As much as you love your brother Wild, Etienne really understood you. She's pretty. You could be yourself with her. But why is she here? Where has she been? Was she involved in the attack on the wall? Why did she escape? You are certain she recognized you when your eyes met. What do you make of it? Think about her reappearance. Recalling her face, you realize what's been right before your eyes the whole time. The Royal Guard headband. That explains her lethal skills. Did she run away so quickly because she's on an important mission? That would mean the king is expecting some kind of trouble with the Romans, or perhaps the king started the trouble himself. If so, does Attain even care that you and Wild might get hurt with when the Romans retaliate? Zara is naive, so I trust she cares. You can't know for sure, but decide to hope for the best. What do you do next? Think about your childhood. Happy memories flood your mind. The two of you were inseparable, always playing together, joyful. The only sore point was the elder Ukraine. She loved to compare you with Ethane when you were children, always unfavorably. Hmm. Uh, Something just happened. I wrote a 61. How do you handle it? I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't make fun of your grain for not having. I made fun of your grain for having another false premonition. I wouldn't. I channeled the string. I went into harder training. It bothered me, and part of me was glad when Attain left. I'm better off alone. That's the idea I'm going to unlock. You survive many dangers on your own and seeing firsthand how others' mistakes can endanger your life. I challenged this thing of it into training harder. When you learned they were sending Attain away, your world was shattered for a while. The two of you talked about running away. What is the friendship? Why is this so high? Oh, this is influence. My brother, then your grain, the Attain, then whoever more us, Raven, Zara. I don't like her at all. And that one is some prejudice, aversion, envy, mistrust. Okay, friendship is more than hostility, but most of that is guilt, sorrow. Wait, I have hurt and envy, and she have guilt and sorrow. So, I haven't met. Why didn't you? Hmm. Hmm. This or I couldn't leave. Why? Couldn't leave. Oh, his name is Wid. I've been saying wild. Yep, Wid. I couldn't leave Wid. It was clear you wouldn't see each other for months, maybe years, so you made plans. What did you do? You vowed you would meet again in this life or the next. To reinforce your comment, You agreed to meet each midsummer at your secret spot by the river. Every year you waited hopefully at your meeting spot, but Thane never came. I wonder if it's actually a Thane, but I do like the name. What did you make of it? Mm. Nah, my friendship was not enough for her. You took a moment as the pain seized back in your heart. People remarked on how you changed after Ethane left for training. She's I'm reminiscing, wait, but she would reminisce. Retrace what happened after she left. You inhale sharply as you recall her departure from the village. What did you do? I tried to be happy for a thing, at least you would have plenty to eat. I often felt the elders would have preferred you to leave instead of a thing. She was several inches taller and in your eyes more attractive and feminine. How did you deal with it? No. I blamed myself. I wasn't good enough to be sent for training with her. You often wonder what type of woman you would have become if your childhood friend had stayed. What do you think you lost? Without a thing by my side, I didn't speak up often. Thinking about it now is still painful, but you can look back on your childhood with more perspective. You and Attain have both been through a lot. It's not you or Attain's fault. It's simply a harsh world. And not only did you survive it, you both thrived and grew into skillful warriors. The idea of leaving the past behind and building your friendships anew fills you with great energy. What do you focus on? Focus on your surroundings. You stop and listen to the noises in the forest. Your caution pays off as you spot someone lurking in the shadows near the trail. You seek cover when the figure steps out onto the trail.
Well, I see you. Always hiding. Always hesitating.
It's Merle. You grew up together, but now he's little better than a thug. He holds a bow with an arrow knocked. I'm trying to figure out when I saw an attack on the wall. Is it something that I missed that I didn't notice, or is it something before this? There's been an attack on the wall. We've gotta warn everyone. Moral is shaken for a moment by the gravity of your words. Ugh.
You won't talk your way out of this one, you bitch.
Oh. Oh. Naive. I'm trying real hard to remember this first. Zara is naive. I'm not lying. The danger is very real. Morals studies your face with an intense stare full of disbelief. You can see he is deliberating what to do. Oh, he rolled too high. He looks you in the eye, searching to see if you're bluffing. Oh, my MP went back up. Control can go back down. That did nothing. What was this? Oh, look at that angle. Yeah, I'm gonna use one. He can't hold your defiant gaze and turns toward the bushes without a word. A flush of prideful dominance comes over you. His back is completely exposed. I'm not. How do you handle this? Stand down and keep quiet. You are not. You are not willing to let him go just yet. I rolled too high. How do you handle this? Alright. You hear that Maul doesn't stop running for a long time. You reach your village with nothing to show for 2 days on the hunt and use the darkness to slip into your home up unseen. New checkpoint.